Hi, we are so excited for Fireworks Finale Sew Along. It's getting started this month.
That is right, it is month 1 and we are excited to have Audra and her mom Bonnie teaching these tutorials. So we are gonna pass it off to them.
It's gonna be so much fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye! Hi everyone, welcome to the Fireworks Finale Sew Along with Missouri Star Quilt Company. I am Audra from Sew Dreamy Studio.
And I'm her mom, Bonnie. And today we're doing our very first block, Mrs. Smith's Favorite.
This block has all the classic charm and will truly set the tone for all the months coming up.
This is the block we'll be working on. Mrs. Smith's Favorite dates back to 1931. And this classic block uses units that you'll recognize that are very easy. However, when they come together, they make a big, bold statement. This block uses snowballed corners and simple squares, so it's very beginner friendly.
First step is to gather all of your supplies per the gather section of your pattern. If you used our bag organization technique that we talked about in our Getting Started video, you should be all set to go. Just grab your month 1 bag or your month 1 fabrics and we're gonna dive right in. So you'll see here that we do not have all the fabrics laid out that we need to make the complete block. What we are gonna demo is the square block and the star legs block, and then you'll just repeat those steps to create the entire block itself. So we're gonna dive in, and I think we're starting with the star legs, right?
Yep.
I am sewing.
Okay, so first grab your 2 Fabric C 2 by 5 inch squares and 4 of your 2-inch background squares. And for each of the background squares, you're gonna want to mark a diagonal line, which you can see I've already done. Then you're going to take them and lay them right sides together. And note that my line goes left to right, top to bottom. And then the bottom one is going to do exactly the same thing. Left to right, top to bottom. And Audra's going to sew those. Then the other one is going to be the mirror image. So instead of the angles going left to right, they're going to go right to left, top to bottom.
We have both of our pieces cut, and just before we cut anything off, because once we cut it off, we can't get it back, we're gonna make sure those mirror.
Yep. All right, so now we're gonna make a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Cut our corners off.
Oh, grab another basket. And we press these towards the corners, correct?
Correct. Okay, then you're going to take your 2 pieces and place them together so you're making your arrow shape that you see here.
When I'm doing something like this, I will always pin where it lines up first. I won't pin the edges first, I'll pin that point first because I like to try to get my points as accurate as I can. So I'll pin that first, and then I will pin the edges if needed. I tend to overpin just because I like to be as accurate as possible. 1/4 inch seam allowance, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everything's always a 1/4 inch. I don't know why I asked. So when I'm doing points, I wait until almost the very last minute to pull that pin, just so I can make sure that I have all that security there for as long as I need it.
That looks good, and then we'll press our seam open in this case. So here's your finished piece. You're going to be making 4 of these to ultimately complete your block.
And there is only one Mrs. Smith's favorite block in the whole quilt. So you will only be making 4 and you're done.
So the next thing we're going to do is make these corner units. So the first thing is to take your 2 by 10 inch pieces of fabric and put them right sides together and sew a 1/4 inch seam.
And what fabrics are these while I sew them, Mom?
We are using the fabric C rectangle and a fabric G rectangle.
Okay. So I'm just pinning this in a couple spots just to make sure it doesn't move too much on me. There you go, Mama.
All right, then your next step is to take that strip and cut it in 2 inch blocks. And you're going to want 4 of them.
There you go.
And we'll repeat that same technique with the background fabric and fabric G. One thing I want to mention is that I kept my fabric key handy because the instructions always refer to fabric C or fabric G or whatever, and it's impossible to remember exactly which one each is. So I always keep my fabric key handy to refer to. We'll press open.
We'll just press 2 at once because we can do that.
All right, then you're going to take your blocks here and you're going to put the background fabric to the left with your white to the right, and then the red to the right with your white to the left. So you can create this block.
Once again, you want to line up those corners real nice and even. I kind of pin down the stitch line.
Okay.
First, and then I'll do another one of those. You see, I love this thing. Throw that needle over there.
And then these we are going to press open as well. Okay. All right, then again you're going to lay it out with your background fabric in the back corner. And you're going to take one of your 2 by 3.5 background squares and put that to the right side.
And all these illustrations are in the pattern as well.
I have to say this is one of the most well-written patterns that I've seen, because there's lots of diagrams and instructions that are very clear.
Yep. And I can't reiterate enough what Mom said about having the fabric key handy, because for those of you who are doing a scrappy version like myself, you've interchanged all of your fabrics to be different than what's in the pattern. So having that handy with your notes of what your values are and what your fabrics are will make all the difference.
Now we've got our background attached to the right side of the block. Now we're going to take our other 2 by 3.5 inch background and add a 2 by 2 fabric H. And again, just a 1/4 inch seam. Well, let's see, how do we press this line? Toward the rectangle. All right, and then you place this unit at the bottom, and again, so in this case, you will nest your seams.
Okay, do you want me to do it?
You could nest it.
I can nest it. So in this case, I only pinned the spot where it was nesting, and I am going to hold the fabric where I want it. See, I took that pin out at the last minute. I'm going to hold that fabric where I want it to keep it lined up. Let's see if I was successful, shall we? Hey, look at that point.
Look at there. And then we're gonna press it away from the center. And there's your block. So all you need now is 4 of your star legs, 4 of your quarter units, all identical because it just changes by how it's oriented, and then your white 3-inch square in the center.
The assembly for this block is going to be similar to blocks coming up in the rest of the months. We have 3 blocks and 3 rows. So 3 columns, 3 rows, and you'll assemble 1, 2, 3 first row, 1, 2, 3 second row, 1, 2, 3 bottom row, and then assemble the rows together. When you press it, decide how you want to nest your seams, and then just make sure you press the middle row opposite of how you pressed the top and the bottom row. This square finishes to 12.5 inches. It is the only one we have to do. So month 1 is done, which is awesome. And I think I need to show my scrappy version.
Yes.
So here is the fabric pack version.
While you get your scrappy version, I again want to share that these are excellent drawings on the pattern that again show how everything is laid out, so you shouldn't have any trouble.
So here is my scrappy version. You can tell it is very, very different. As I mentioned in the Getting Started guide, I swapped out my backgrounds to be whites, and just it's a smattering of scrappy whites. So not true white, there's all kinds of little flecks of stuff in them. But you can see the power of fabric choices is so huge. You can see the stars, you can see the squares, but it just has a very, very different look to it. So it's gonna be really fun over these months to see how you can have one quilt pattern, but the fabrics can make it look completely different, and it's gonna be amazing.
We can't wait to see your version. Please post your pictures to the Quilt and Stitch America 250 Facebook page so that we can cheer you on.
And I'll also be posting my progress and probably some photos that my mom sends me on my Sew Dreamy social channels, so make sure to find those linked below. Next month is Pinwheel Party, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be making blocks that smatter through the entire quilt. And so we can't wait to see you next month, and happy sewing.
Happy sewing.